Good morning. This is Black Crow Walking, coming to you from Australia. It's summertime here, finally arrived. and I'm bringing you A Course of Love by Mari Perron. It's a study that we're doing together, and we're up to chapter 10, which is all about use and understanding. And we're up to verse 22 today. And you can start this study anywhere you like, and you'll get lots out of it. The separated self is so ensconced in fear that the known fears of its existence seem preferable to the unknown fears of any kind of existence. That an option could be chosen that leaves no room for fear at all does not occur to it, for the absence of fear is something it has never known. Wow, this is in your face, isn't it? We're so afraid of the unknown. I was taught that in Christianity, to be afraid of the unknown, to label it as something that was dark, but it's not dark. The unknown is not dark. The unknown is actually the opposite. It's light. And what's inside us is the unknown. And it's the only place to go to conquer this separated self, this fear-based thinking, this mentality that keeps us locked in identification. So I guess I'm asking you today to go inside and see who it is that's looking out through these eyes and who it is that's listening through these ears, and come deeply into the unknown. That is you. Are you really that scary? No. When you love, when you are connecting totally with your inner world, your heart is full of love. Come back to that, because that is something you need to know. If the body is the surface aspect of your existence and fear lies beneath the surface, see the advantage of this exercise. Place your body out in front of yourself where you can be a silent observer. As you watch your hands go about their work, or the shadow form on the ground as you walk to and fro, you will learn the only separation that can be useful to you. This first realization of significance will be that all you hear does not come through the ears. Interesting. So if you took your body off right now, could you still hear? Absolutely, because you are this formless being that is love. And you don't need a body to hear or see, but you need a body to experience life on earth in form. You will find that you are full of thoughts about your body, the same kind of thoughts you might have of someone else's body. The difference will be that these thoughts will not seem to have originated from your head. You may realize for the first time in a different way that you have always heard your thoughts without the benefit of your ears. You may be saying, of course, that is the way we hear our thoughts. It is the nature of thought. But have you ever before considered the nature of your thoughts? Or have you merely taken them for granted? Thoughts are not seen nor heard, and yet they are with you constantly, and never more so than as you conduct your experiment in detachment from the body. This is why we conduct this experiment. Whether you term yourself successful or a hopeless failure at conducting this experiment, you will realize anew that your thoughts more accurately define who you are than your body does. Whether you wander aimlessly or quite focused, your thoughts are more the source of all you are and all you do than is the body you observe. Well, that's scary because some of the thoughts that go through my head are not thoughts that I would want to go through my head. So we're not our body, okay? It's just a vehicle for this formless, fathomless being that is love, or God, or divinity, or collective consciousness. I like that word. Collective consciousness is an amazing word because it's kind of like includes everything and everyone. So let's be the collective consciousness, observing the body, observing the thoughts. There we go, observing the thoughts. So the thoughts may be more of, let's have a look what it says again. Whether you term yourself successful or a hopeless failure at conducting this experiment, you realize anew that your thoughts more accurately define who you are than your body does. That doesn't mean you are your thoughts. It just means they define more accurately who you are than your body does. So do your thoughts obey the body, or do the body obey the thoughts? Now, can we ignore both of them? Oh boy, it's a bit of a mind-blowing exercise today, isn't it? But let's think that who is listening to these thoughts, and who is using this body as a vehicle, and who is seeing through these eyes, who is watching the thinker, and who is the thinker? The thinker is certainly not love, because for me it's the thoughts are not about love, they're about separation and fear. So who's thinking? Or who's watching the thinker? The mind is hell-bent on separation. Okay. So your realization of the significance will be that all you hear does not come through your ears. You'll find that you are full of thoughts about your body, the same kind of thoughts you might have of somebody else. The difference will be that these thoughts will not seem to have originated in your head. And yet, divine guidance bypasses this thinking mind. It's a knowing that comes from the heart. Divine guidance is coming from the formless being that you are. That which is. You may be saying now, of course, that is the way you hear our thoughts. It is the nature of thought. But have you ever considered the nature of your thoughts? Or have you merely taken them for granted? Well, I don't like my thoughts. I don't like my thinking. I like the divine guidance that comes to me when I sit and feel into what my heart is saying, feel into what's happening as an observer rather than thinking about it or reacting to it. Listening to my body, listening to the beauty of my heart that tells me the truth. I don't think my mind, the thought system, tells me the truth. I think it's just programs and patterns being rerun from wherever, maybe a show that you watched on TV, or maybe programming from your family or your school or a friend, or the things that are on TV these days are so violent, so horrific. Even the video games that our children are constantly playing, fighting games. I hate to think the thought program is constantly running through my head of everything I've ever seen. So that's why I don't take too much notice of my thoughts. But I do take notice of what comes from my heart. I do take notice of the truth that I feel in my heart when I feel into things. I don't know where this is going. I do know that today's is about we are not the body, but it is useful to have this experience in form. And I know I'm not my thoughts, but I can use that to see who's watching the thoughts. Have an interesting day. I love you. Bye for now.